Hi everyone, good evening. Thank you very much for taking time out and being here. Let me take this opportunity to first thank you for all your support, all your love for a fabulous 2022. We had a great year. I don't think so when we were planning for 2022, we had all those questions about we are coming out of COVID, offline is open, how would the world and how would the entire ecosystem operate. We had a fabulous year. We had a fabulous Big Billion Days. We had a fabulous festive. And I think all of that happened because of great support from you, right? I'm Sandeep. I head a couple of businesses for Flipkart. So I'm the business person amongst the cool consultants, VC guys, and the tech folks. I manage fashion business for Flipkart. I manage the beauty, general merchandise, home, and some of those clusters. What I'm going to talk to you today, a lot of that has been covered in details by Anand, but I'm going to talk about a lot of applications of some of those tech things which we are building, right? So before I go in, right, we spoke about, Shyam started with the size of opportunity, the number of customers who are online, the number of customers who are shopping on e-commerce, and the number of customers who actually are looking at e-commerce platforms for their purchases, right? So if you registered the number, Flipkart has about 450 million registered users, right? The number of people who came to Flipkart and transacted at least with one order in 2022 is close to 65% of United States of America's population. So that's a pretty crazy number. If I were to give you data for today, the number of people who would have fired up the Flipkart app or are going to fire up the Flipkart app is pretty close to the entire population of Argentina and France put together. So, so that's the number, that's the kind of reach we are talking about. This number has a pretty huge base coming from tier 2 and beyond cities. The number which we also have is around the kind of men shoppers versus the women shoppers who are coming by different age brackets. And what we believe is that in 2023, we need to talk to many Indias. This is how we talk about how we segment, how we actually cohortize these customers. What you see is, as a horizontal platform, again, we take it onto ourselves that we need to have an answer for all of these many Indias, right? Being a vertical platform, you can make choices, that you can make a choice that I'm going to talk only to premium customers, or we are going to talk to the digital savvy customers. But being a horizontal platform, the need of the hour is to talk to all the customers with different solutions. Anand spoke a lot about those solutions, how we are creating targeted segments, how we are going to go and talk with different offerings to those customers. But if you take a look at these customer bases, the premium customer base, which is roughly about 3% of India's population, but with a 95% internet penetration. The in between one, the digital appraisers, right? 34% of the population with a penetration of 70 to 80% e-commerce penetration, right? So with that kind of base, with the solutions which we have and the kind of product solutions which you bring in, right? So you would have heard from a lot of our team members that we need to launch a value pack. At the same time, you would be hearing that we need to go and up-tier the conversation. We need to bring in your international selection. We need to bring in some of your products which you have not launched in offline also, right? And the answer and the reason why we do those conversations is up here, because we are talking to these many different Indias. Now, what do? We have three specific buckets. We are working on enhanced experience, a lot of what you heard from Anand, right? We are working on better targeting. How do we target these customers with different propositions? And what are we doing on our fulfillment models? So I'm going to talk slightly more examples on applications of these things, right? Now, enhanced experience. Anand actually gave a lot of details on what we are doing with Brand Mall, what we are doing with AR, VR experience, a lot on video, right? Now, to give you an example, when we launched the Nothing phone, we hosted a 0 hour on Flipkart. The announcement of that phone went along with the 0 hour, where we had Rajiv Makhni and some of these cool influencers coming onto the platform and doing a live show on Flipkart, where we were telling the specs about the phone. In that segment, we had a couple of things which were being directly screened or directly telecasted from Sweden, right? Now that session had concurrent viewers of upwards of 250K. So 250K concurrent viewers actually watching that live show. Now just imagine any other launch event we would have done, right? When we take a 5-star hotel and we talk about the product specs, etc. Reaching that kind of audience is something which is really difficult. And that's what the video commerce or video capabilities which we have built is working out, right? 360-degree videos, right? At the start, we spoke about there is a need of enhanced experience for different kind of customers. Shyam, in his presentation, spoke 50% plus customers actually go to the image gallery, and only less than 5% customers actually go to the product description. A lot of us who are very, very evolved and entrenched customers of e-commerce, we would actually take the effort of going into the product description and understanding that, okay, what specs the product pages carry. But the large part of India actually believes and sees what the product catalog has. Image 1, image 2, image 3, and a lot of innovation which we are doing this year or what we've done in previous years is how do we enhance the quality of our product pages there. So you would see a lot of videos getting incorporated, a lot of tech being used to create those videos, because we also understand when we have a lot of millions and millions of products, building video content for every product is not possible. So how do you stitch images to create a video content is something which we've built as a tech, right? Now the example which we have here, the 360-degree video, right? The application of this, just imagine the number of products and the number of categories which we could go out, right? A classic example which we keep talking inside Flipkart is a backpack. Now today, when we go to an offline store, when we look at a backpack, we would want to open and look at the number of shelves and how do you place those products inside those shelves. That capability has been built. And as we speak, we are adding up a gamification to it, right? You can actually have an array of products on the left, a laptop, a water bottle, a couple of things, and you can actually play with that. Now, when you have a customer who has engaged with that kind of capability with a product, the conversions just go up. The conversation of price, the conversation of discount just goes off the table, right? Yeah, mall mode, this is our, we internally we talk, we call this our biggest innovation, right? The way we changed the entire experience. We took a very hard call of that we need to give customers a choice, right? Just to give you some numbers, we are seeing upwards of, we are seeing a double-digit adoption of that. And if we were to look at an Android versus iOS experience, the iOS adoption is significantly higher, which also reflects into our ASPs, that the people who come to iOS and are looking into mall mode and the kind of shopping they do on that mall mode, the average selling prices on the products on there is 10% higher than what they shop in Blue experience. So if you're a brand and if you have a premium selection and if that premium selection has not been activated in mall mode, probably this is one place where we should definitely work very closely, right? Right side, parents club, students club. Now, the way we built the students club, it's not just that we went to students and we said that, okay, upload an ID and we will enroll you into a student club. It is a Aadhaar verified club where we have upwards of 5 million students in the country. And how do we verify using an Aadhaar? One, we simply did the age bracket, that if you are between a certain age, starting point as well as ending point, using that we were able to very clearly identify whether someone is a student or not, right? Parents is an easy one because the kind of products he or she are buying on Flipkart, we are able to very easily identify and classify someone as a parent club. Both these clubs have a serious high number of customers who are part of it, and that allows us to target those customers with very different buying. A new club which we are building as we speak is a new home buyer. So a customer who moves into a new home after marriage or has moved in from one city to another is something which is again a club which we are building of sorts, right? So as brands, you can actually use these clubs, target your offerings, and you can get best out of that. Yeah. Now these three very important bets, brands on marketplace. What do we mean by this, brands on marketplace? Now as we started expanding our, or we were looking at our diversified customers, we very clearly identify and realize that operating with a finite selection or having certain deeply valued or deep deeply discounted or products which have very high, good quality promotion, but on a very finite width of selection. That's not how it is going to work. So brands on marketplace is something which is an important bet. The 20% growth which you see year on year on that, it's all of the brands put together on Flipkart who are using. Now brands who have invested behind this capability, where they have actually actively got their existing warehouse fired up on Flipkart, or they've got their Omni network fired up on Flipkart, they're actually seeing more than 100% growth year on year on this capability. Right? Faster delivery, our coverage currently in most of the metros to actually deliver the same day has seen a great uptake this year. 11/11, roughly about 40% of India we actually can deliver the next day. So you order by 11 p.m. in the night, we'll deliver before 11 in the afternoon. You order before 11 in the morning, we'll deliver before 11 p.m. in the night, right? So a lot of that is to do with the forward warehousing capabilities which we built and you deploying your inventory out there, right? Another piece which is probably not here, which Anand also hinted at, the entire fintech capability on the buy now, pay later. Internally, we are also looking at one more way to look at it, right? The small credit loans, right? As we grew in modern trade or organized trade in the country, we only thought about organized trade as something which, affordability levers as no cost EMI. So you would, if you go to any offline retail, any organized offline retail, or if you want to look at Flipkart also, you will see the no-cost EMI on credit cards or a EMI on a Bajaj Fin's card. That as the biggest lever for affordability, driving affordability. As we speak, our buy now later program and a small credit as a, so if you are a student, you want to buy a jacket and you don't have money today, but you know that your next month's pocket money or somewhere you are going to get that 1,000 rupees, you can actually buy that jacket today and pay that after 45 days. So that buy now, pay later is something which we are doubling down. Our current adoption is in the range of 3 to 4%. We are going to take that to upwards of double digit, 15-20% in 2023. Yeah, this is something which is very close to my heart. DTC, the year 2020 to 2021, 2022, we saw a full blow up of the entire digital brands. The D2C ecosystem, as it grows into 2023 and beyond, I think the bigger challenges which the D2C brands are going to see, this is a view which we have, that there is going to be a challenge of getting organic traffic, because the returns on ad spends on Instagram, on some of the other platforms is going to be a problem. Hence, what do we do together to figure out this solution? There is active base of 175 million plus. What do we do with this 175 million plus customer base? And how do we use insights coming from these 175 million base to actually differentiate? Because as D2C expanded, it also became a lot of similar brands or similar solutions which were coming out from D2C brands. So the product differentiation also can be something which we can work together with Flipkart and brands coming together. There's a mega program which we are launching around D2C in next 1-2 months, which we'll follow up with details. So that's pretty much from my side. Thank you very much.